All right, Ted's tape. Ted's tape. Couple things to know. We stock it in 2mm, 5mm, and 10mm widths in 50-meter rolls. Why do you want to use Ted's tape? Couple things. The biggest benefit is you can set it and forget it. Whereas with glue, say for instance barge, when you apply the barge, first of all, it's a bit messy, but you also have to attach the two sides together at once. You can't put this on, you can't put the glue on and wait for a while. Whereas with the tape, you can put it on, you can let it sit for a week, a month, you can prep a ton of work, and then get rolling when you're ready.
Yeah, and you know if you're working in a small workshop and you open up the glue canister of barge, it just stinks, and it's not good for you. You should be actually wearing a respirator when you're using it.
Yeah, so let's give it a try.
Awesome. All right, so I'm going to start with the 5mm roll right here. So this is perfect for your small leather goods. Based on your seam allowance and the products that you're making, that's kind of how you choose the width of the product. So what I'm doing here is I'm just placing it down at the top corner, and I'm kind of following along.
It's also a non-woven tape.
So right here, you put pressure with your finger of where you want it to stop, and then you just tear it away. So then again, we'll start right here. Finger down and tear it away. And you really want to go close to the edge. So once you're done with your last one, pull it away. And what I always like to do is I just run my finger over it. That way you get it really well stuck to the material. So once you're done taping it, again, like Hugh mentioned, if you're running production, you could do this to 100 pieces, put it to the side, and then at the same time, untape it all at once. That kind of maximizes your efficiencies. But if we're here, I'm gonna get my blade, any knife with a really sharp point and like kind of an angled tip. You just dive into it, and you're just gonna peel it away just like this. So again, kind of you can also just smooth out where you're about to apply it away from. Tap it in, get it under, and you just peel it away. It's kind of a little tricky at first, but you get real used to it and you can really speed it up. I've seen some people use their fingernails on this. I definitely just suggest using the blade. It's so much easier and quicker. So that was a small little wallet right there. And the other piece we have is a tote bag. So you can use it for anything. You can use it for the leather, for the cloth, and this is a piece of Chrome XL natural leather from Horween. So this also has oils in it. So this tape even works when you're using it on an oily surface. And then again, on this guy, we are doing about a 1/2 inch seam allowance around it when we stitch, but I still will use this 5mm as opposed to the 10mm. But again, the same thing applies. Just gonna come around.
Can you get around that corner?
Yep, so what I'm gonna do here is kind of lightly pressing down and lightly feeding around it. I'm just kind of lightly putting pressure and just tapping my left finger around the curve. So as you can see right here, I'm just kind of bubbling up, and that's perfect. It might tear, but if you can get it to not tear, it's awesome, because that means you're gonna have to lift one piece or one side of this tape. So again, I'm coming around. So as you can see, I'm gonna put it down, press, press, really working around that angle, just like that. And there we are. And again, just to put it like this, I'm just gonna bring my finger around it, put a bit extra over those corners. All right. So we do this to 10, 20, 30 tote bags at a time to both sides of the panel. And essentially we'll have 2 panels and then a gusset that goes around, and this will hold it in place pretty well. So again, I'm gonna come down to this corner. Because it is oily leather, you do want to put a little bit more pressure on it, but so got that side. So if you pull it like this, you might lift it up. So what I like to do is you just pull it directly down on the table against it, and that gives you a lot cleaner pull away. So then again, coming around here, perfect, no tears. Same thing, just gonna pull away in that direction. So there we have it. And then we'd apply our gusset to the side right there.
So can you also use this with zipper?
Zipper? Yes. So I didn't think we were gonna have to use it, or I didn't know what kind of purpose it would serve, but I actually use the 10 millimeter a ton. So what you can do, I'm just gonna use this little pocket right here as an example with this zipper. But what I like to do is I'll take this 10 millimeter, just undoing this. I'll take the 10 millimeter, and what you do is you just put it up exactly to the side of the leather. So right here. So that's perfectly matched up.
So can you stitch through this after it's been applied, the two sides of leather?
Yep, we get that a lot. So you can hand stitch and machine stitch. On some of our wallets and tote bags, there's sometimes 4 layers of this glue, or of this tape that we're going through. So it's super thin and it's very durable. So it doesn't cause any problems at all. But, so here we are. So we have the 10 millimeter placed down. So now what I'm gonna do with my zipper tape, this is an MA Riri zipper, which is the best. So what we're gonna do here is you're gonna look at that side of the line, and I'm just gonna line up this zipper tape exactly along the side of that tape. It's perfect right there. As you can see here, that is not going anywhere. Pulling away, it is super, super durable. So the beauty of this 10 millimeter is we essentially have a perfect zipper channel right here. And because you're using the 10 millimeter, if you're using on both sides the leather, so on your leather on the left side and the right side, then you're gonna, because now you have essentially a 10 millimeter guide, you're gonna have a perfect channel for the zipper to flow through. And it works for the M4s, M6s, and the M8s.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Ted, thanks for showing us Ted's tape.
Of course, happy to do it. Happy to do it.